The National Guard has quietly moved into the area where New Madrid fault is. As you can see right here, we have the report. National Guard. Arkansas's National Guard bolsters disaster response plan. This is not just any response plan. You can see it's on August 6, 2025 that this plan has been announced. But this plan is specifically for the New Madrid fault. They don't just mention that. They mention that it's some other things that's happening as well. As you can see right here, Arkansas National Guard is working closely to its state and federal partners to intensify preparations for a high magnitude earthquake from the New Madrid Seismic Zone, which spans from Illinois to northeast Arkansas. And they're also looking at floods and other situation that's coming. Now, EarthScope released a map of the hot mantle below the New Madrid seismic fault zone that we're going to get to as we've been tracking the recent earthquakes that's happened over the last couple of days. You got one that hit that was a 2.4 in Tennessee and a 1.9 right along the New Madrid fault zone area. And then we're going to get to the earthquake threat zone so you can have all this information prepared. And we got a video that we're going to be showing you from the Missouri National Guard State Public Affairs Office. The Arkansas National Guard didn't release a video, but the Missouri National Guard has released a video relating to this event here. And people are in the comments right now saying they've been feeling rumbling in these areas. And I'm going to be getting all this information to you right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to queue up all this information. We're also going to look at the magma underneath the New Madrid seismic zone. A lot of people literally not paying attention to this, but let's check out this video clip here first.
Chuck Leake, L-E-A-K-E, and I'm a task force leader from Missouri Task Force 1. This is a joint exercise about the New Madrid Seismic Zone, one of the most dangerous seismic zones in the world, and it's right at our boot heel. But the reality of it is, it's sitting there waiting to erupt, and when that earthquake does happen, we will see and we will need to be prepared. That's the purpose of this exercise, is so that we, as response agencies, partnered up, military, civilian, the response together, responding to the citizens of our state. People expect us to be already working together, already trained, and should see professionals arrive on the scene. What they're going to see is not only professionals arriving on the scene, but people that know each other, work well together, and have a plan to take care of their needs. Some of the challenges on the administrative side are communications. How do you make sure that everybody is interoperable, making sure that we're all on the same frequencies, making sure that we can communicate what we find and what we need to better meet the needs of the citizens. And then from there, the actual exercise itself, the scenarios that we have built. You've all seen the rubble pile down there that simulates collapsed structures. There are people inside those structures. In a real world situation, they're tired, they're hungry, they're cold, they've been in there, they're hurt. As we need to expeditiously get there, both on the guard side as well as the civilian side, and take care of the needs of those folks, because the clock is ticking on whether or not their survivability.
Now, if you wasn't aware of this, give this a thumbs up. And also, do you believe they know a little something more than what they're telling us here, everybody? Now, let's look into this a little bit deeper. Subscribe for deeper information here, because a lot of people will not be talking about exactly what we're talking about. There is another fault that is alongside this, and with the new EarthScope data about the wet mantle below that's upwelling, because we've looked at the magma in all these zones. Now check this out right here. There's another fault called the Real Foot Rift right along the New Madrid. And you can see by Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, Missouri, all these areas is where it intersects. Now let's look a little bit deeper here, because we'll go underneath the ground area so you can look at where the magma actually is. So if you're in Memphis and you're in Mississippi, Alabama, you can look at this where the Arkansas area, you can see the fault zone, but this red stuff is where the magma areas are actually located. This is based on USGS data here. Now there's more coming for this situation. I'm going to give you more about that clip that the guy just came out, the Missouri National Guard State Public Affairs Office video that relates to this event when they were actually training for it, because Arkansas military didn't come out with nothing. But check out what else they said here about this situation.
Now, this is just one site, and like I said, we've got Utah, Colorado, Missouri, Missouri Guard, Missouri Urban Search and Rescue Task Force. We've got so many different units here, and I know that of three other sites where things are going on as well. There's a lot of people currently working to take care of this exercise and treating it as though it's the real thing. Because, God forbid, when it happens, and it's going to, we need to be prepared.
I'm Eric Evans. I'm the J57 for Joint Forces Headquarters. So we're the lead National Guard agency, so we would be the dual status command, so we would take other National Guard forces and integrate them with our own, as well as bring in Title 10 or regular Army, Air Force, and other forces and blend those into our own operations so that we're working with the civilian government to respond to a natural event of that kind. So it's really a very large, orchestrated, collaborative event, which is a very difficult thing to do.
All right, so I want everybody tuning in to be aware of the zones that are going to be where the U.S. military actually are looking at. But first, let's read a little bit deeper here, because they're not just looking at New Madrid. They're saying by planning for this rare high-impact disaster, the Arkansas National Guard is building a robust framework capable of addressing any emergency from tornadoes to floods and unforeseen crises. So that tells you they're looking a little bit further here. The seismic zone, danger zone, let's look at it right now. These are all the areas when the damage happened in 1895, a magnitude 6 hit, and you've seen all the way from California that they were affected too as well. So all along Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Iowa, Illinois, and Kansas. And actually we want to go to Idaho, because while we're looking at all of this, there's something along the Yellowstone volcanic fields that Aaron Belk, who lives in Rigby, Idaho, along where the area specifically is the Eastern Plain, Eastern Snake Plain. This is something happening on his property here that we want to let you see here.
Do you guys remember all those bubbles that we're having out in the field?
So that will just sit and bubble for hours. And there's lots of them over there.
We're gonna go try to light one. I've literally been waiting all day to try to get this shot. I tried lighting the bubbles on fire earlier, but it was too bright outside. We just got some cloud cover. It's been kind of stormy. So we're gonna see what these bubbles have, if anything. That's not the torch. So I could hear that foof, foof.
So this is very right now alarming, and we're just getting awareness out about this. But here's the rift zone right here where he's at. The rift zone is where the volcanic area and the fissures can come up, and then the magma can release as well. So we're seeing now that this bubbling is happening on his property. You can see along this area here in Idaho. Now, I want to go back to what the military here just a second, because it's something they pulled up as well. This is what's happening currently. A lot of people not talking about this. Please, right now, comment what you've been seeing or hearing in your local area. So check this out. This is what they put out. You can see that they have all these cards set up. It's from the National Guard, and they put states on these cards. Some of them says Louisiana, and it says multiple areas. So they've mapped out all these zones and currently still spanning across the region with all these drills and exercises as we speak to the New Madrid. Now, the New Madrid right now, as we're showing you the magma that's basically underneath this area, there's not a model right now telling us what's actually coming out, if there is some of the magma coming up at this time or any point in moment. But the fact is, the military just August 6, 2025, now believe they have to move into this area because something much bigger here potentially is an awareness thing that they're doing here, but it could be much more to the situation that we're dialing into. Based on everything that everybody here is saying, I need to get more information out. As we've seen the epicenter right here, the depth of this earthquake was about 8.3 kilometers, and that could tell us a little bit more over time as we get more information about this situation. I want to get this from the comment section, no matter if you're in West United States, East, wherever. If you're starting to feel any different rattling or you're seeing bubbling or anything happening in these zones, we need to have early warning signs. So this community is the greatest community probably on the internet, and we get our information that a lot of people ain't looking at. So you need to subscribe, and we need to hear your comments about all this stuff because it's going to help us further move deeper into this situation. Now, as this expands over the week, we're going to be looking deeper into everything that's happening and unfolding with the magma situation, because I believe that when we look at this upwelling wet material, as we say, hot wet material, this is going to be something probably we can start seeing maybe on subsurfaces if we start checking properties in these areas. This is going to be highly critical and important for us to do, because this is really going to be a community activation here that a lot of people wants to know about. Don't you want to know? I'm pretty sure a lot of you want to know, and nobody else is going to give you that first line warning system. In a video I put out just the other day, watch next massive West Coast pressure strikes deep below. That video is highly critically important too, that we'll have on the left-hand side. Now, do us a favor here. Return back the next day. We're going to be looking for more information from you through all the comment section to get a lot more information so people can be aware of this situation. This is what no one's talking about right now. It's